won Nobel Peace Prize 2019. After the first year of service, the real behavior of the leader and the real behavior of the government system is revealed to the people and to the international community. And now Ethiopia is in crisis, it is known. So when I start from the institution I was working in, from Ministry of Foreign Affairs and in a diplomatic channel, I can explain very well what I know. Ethiopian foreign policy and the national security was written 18 years ago in 2002. It is still not renewed, and we don't have new written foreign policy. According to that foreign policy, the priority of Ethiopia is economy diplomacy. But when the prime minister came to power, without writing anything and without any awareness, he changed this policy to citizen diplomacy. The citizen diplomacy is good, but what is a citizen diplomacy? I was working on diaspora and I know it very well. The citizen diplomacy is not to serve the diaspora and the Ethiopians abroad. It is the way to spy them, the way to make the opposition silence, and the way in which many opposition and the one who makes the voice of the people here to the international community go back to Ethiopia and being detained or get some benefit and being silent, not to speak about this government. That is the main ideology. What I'm saying is this is true. And this citizen diplomacy, Ethiopians abroad are maybe foreign citizens or refugees persecuting that government. Because of that, the Ethiopian embassy and the diaspora's relation is not good relation. Sometimes it is a violent relation, as we know. So there is no service that the Ethiopian diplomatic institution provide to Ethiopian diasporas abroad. Mostly the embassy asks aid or asks some support, financial support like that, but no service. So citizen diplomacy is already a failed diplomacy. It is better to say even economic diplomacy is better because it brings the aid to Ethiopia, it brings investment in the business. That is much better. This citizen diplomacy is making confusion to diasporas and the diplomatic communities. They are very confused because there is a violent relation between diplomats and the diasporas. The diplomats and the diasporas mostly do not agree on many issues, and most of the time, some diplomats, they spy which diaspora is anchor diaspora, who is opposing, who is making demonstration. So it is something confusion even in the embassy. So this is one of the cases. The second, we can take Ethiopia-Eritrea peace agreement. We say peace deal, not agreement. Actually, it is a peace deal. We can see it. No institution knows about that. As example, during the time when the Prime Minister went to Eritrea, the African Director General, as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, was asked by some diplomats to get experience. He said, I have seen it on TV like you. It is the Ethiopian Africa Director General, but he don't know what was happening. And still today, no institution knows about that. It is not institutionalized. Even it is uncertain future for the country. The road is closed. There is no road going into Eritrea now. Yes, it was functional only for 4 months. Now it is closed. everything is not clear. Nobody can say the peace between Ethiopia and Eritrea is like this. It is simply possible to say the peace deal between Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afewerki. That is the best way I can explain, because we cannot say anything more than this. African Union, IGAD, other institutions and the neighbor countries didn't participate on the peace deal, but the Prime Minister got Nobel Peace Prize on that. That's very good. That I am happy. But to tell you the truth, when we came to the implementation, it is already no implementation. No, we cannot see. So it is uncertain for the region, and it is very dangerous in the future between Ethiopia and Eritrea when both leaders may be not around. On the third case, we can see how complication was judged. Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. It looks now, many people think that it is solved. It is not solved. There is high tension now on that. It was complicated because of the ideology of the Prime Minister. He took to the third country, it was a problem, and it was not institutionalized. It is really a problem for the country too. So everything that is being done in the institution, in the diplomatic channel, is something which is confusion, which is not institutionalized. It is only being decided by the Prime Minister, and even officials don't know what is happening. But they may see it on social media sometimes, they may see it on medias, or at the last minute, they may participate on that issue. So this is what's happening in the diplomatic channel. The other issue I want to say, maybe my co-workers in embassies can participate even on this. The embassies, the Ethiopian embassies and the consulate generals, they don't know what they are doing, because they are not ordered to do something. Because the diplomacy is overtaken by the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is doing himself, and those diplomatic institutions already they are there, but they don't know what's happening. They are, like a subject, not like institution, not like institution representing the country. I can tell you one example. In March 2019, when the Prime Minister visited Qatar, in the Doha, there was Ethiopian flag everywhere, but the embassy didn't know what's happening. And the Ethiopians living in Doha asked them, what will happen tomorrow? Because there is Ethiopian flag everywhere. They asked the ambassador. The ambassador do not know. And then one of the diplomats called Minister of Foreign Affairs of Qatar, why did you make our flag in the city? And they said, tomorrow your Prime Minister is coming to visit us. But Ethiopian embassy do not know. Still, those institutions are already outdated by the Prime Minister. He don't trust them. So everything is not institutionalized. So we can call him directly autocrats, control everything himself, which is the worst for future of Ethiopia. In addition to this, we can see many mistakes. The mistake that we are doing in diplomacy and in government institutions, we can talk many mistakes, but I can see one or two mistakes. For example, in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs again. One is, in this ministry, people are assigned by being just a cadre. It's professionalism, but by cadre of the political, the EPRDF. This is true for all institutions. So everything is controlled by the cadres, and everything is controlled by those political cadres not representing the people. That is the main problem of Ethiopian institutional failures. There is no professionalism generally, no professionalism representing. And the second one, anybody who wanted to explain himself, who wanted to comment something, they will fire directly from that office. We can give many examples. They say anybody who wanted to stay in this institution must support Prosperity Party. That means they are saying this institution is not national institution, it is a party institution. That is the meaning. So this is the problem of the failure of the institutions in the country. As we know, the Prime Minister, what he speaks in Ethiopia, everything he speaks, the opposite is implemented. For example, he say Maddamar or synergy. There is separation. Every time you see in Ethiopia what's happening between the federal government and the Tigray region. Today, the federal government said no budget for the Tigray region. Starting from yesterday, they are closing everything. It's high problem. And the Prime Minister says unity, but always differences. He says peace, but killing and the torturing of citizens in the country. He says love, but there is everywhere we can say it is like a war between the militias and the people. Coming to power, what the Prime Minister has done, but the international community may not understand, he trained many militias. Those militias represent those political parties. They take order from this political party, those cadres, and they are controlling everything. Outside the city, if you go to outside the city, outside the capital, everywhere you go, it is in control of military, in control of weapons, everywhere you go. The civil administration is just only to show, or many places you don't see civil administration. It's like command post. So what we can say, the institution, the government institution is not working. The one which is working is everything is securitized. Everything is just taken as a security problem and security